It's been 26 years since Anita Hill, soft-spoken and deliberate in her bright blue suit, sat before a Senate panel and detailed the lurid sexual harassment charges that would transfix a nation. Clarence Thomas went on to the Supreme Court, but Hill's testimony was a watershed moment that raised awareness in incalculable ways. Will the sordid Harvey Weinstein scandal be recalled as another one of those watershed moments, its reverberations spilling out of Hollywood into the everyday workplace? Hill is one of those who think it will. "I absolutely think we needed something to push the needle, and this has done it," Hill said in an interview from Brandeis University, where she has led a quiet academic life since 1998. All along, Hill says, there have been bits and pieces that have moved that needle. But the Weinstein story, with its ever-growing cascade of disturbing revelations, reminds her of her own ordeal. "I think one of the reasons 1991 was so impactful was how public it was. People had faces and voices, and it was almost like a long conversation about how these things play out. This Weinstein story feels like a long conversation too, with different parts getting developed and different people being brought into it. Since the story broke more than a week ago, 30 women, from lesser-known names to megastars like Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow, have emerged to recount disturbing experiences with Weinstein, who has issued a blanket denial of non-consensual sexual conduct. In the latest accusation, actress Eva Green said Saturday she once had to physically push off the powerful producer in a meeting. While Hill, now 61 and a professor of social policy and gender studies, has been buoyed by the attention being paid to sexual harassment in light of the Weinstein story, she cautioned that progress is always incremental. "This case may be bigger than some in the past, but I think we're kidding ourselves if we think that not everything is going to change overnight from one episode, even as big as this one." Associated Press. Movie mogul Weinstein thrown out of Academy. In a move virtually unprecedented, disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein's membership in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences was revoked Saturday by its board. The decision was reached in an emergency session by the Academy, the world's top movie organization and home to the Oscars. The expulsion was effective immediately. It comes after recent reports by the New York Times and the New Yorker about sexual harassment and rape allegations against Weinstein going back decades. He has denied the accusations against him. In issuing its decision, the Academy stated, "We do so not simply to separate ourselves from someone who does not merit the respect of his colleagues, but also to send a message that the era of willful ignorance and shameful complicity in sexually predatory behavior and workplace harassment in our industry is over." What's at issue here, the statement added, is a deeply troubling problem that has no place in our society. The statement said the decision was reached by well in excess of the required two-thirds majority of the 54-member Academy Board. The Academy's swift and severe ruling against Weinstein may raise questions about other Academy members who remain in good standing. These include Roman Polanski, an Oscar winner who in the 1970s pleaded guilty to drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl, and entertainer Bill Cosby, who has faced dozens of allegations of sexual assault. Associated Press. $10 million for info leading to ouster of president. Pornography publisher Larry Flynt is offering up to $10 million to anyone who produces information that leads to President Donald Trump's impeachment and removal from office. He lays out the offer in a full-page ad in the Sunday edition of The Washington Post. During last year's presidential campaign, Flynt dangled $1 million to anyone who could turn over video or audio capturing Trump behaving in an illegal or sexually demeaning manner. That followed the release of the 2005 Access Hollywood video in which Trump bragged of imposing himself on women. In Sunday's ad, Flynt asks for any smoking gun that is fit to publish and drives Trump from office. The White House didn't comment.